Welcome back, dear students. In today's video, I am going to explain you what is an antibody and what is the function of an antibody and what are the types of antibodies present in humans. First, let us discuss what exactly an antibody is. If you ask me this question, my simplest answer is antibody is an antigen binding protein molecule. So, these antigen binding protein molecules called antibodies produced in response to specific antigens entering our body. Like whenever a foreign antigen enters our body, if this foreign antigen is pathogenic or disease causing, foreign antigens are recognized by our immune system. So whenever immune system recognizes a foreign antigen, to neutralize the action of foreign antigen, B lymphocytes of our immune system produce this antigen binding protein molecules, which we call them antibodies. So the simplest definition for an antibody is it is an antigen binding protein molecule produced by which type of cells? B lymphocytes, and specifically speaking, differentiated B lymphocytes called plasma cells are responsible for the production of antibodies. And whenever a foreign antigen enters our body, this antibody binds with the foreign antigen and it neutralizes the action of foreign antigen and it makes our body free of infection and free of the disease. With this, it is very clear. Most important response of our immune system against a foreign antigen is what? Antibody, which offers resistance against many diseases. And when we look into the structure of an antibody molecule, I told you antibody is basically a protein molecule it is. And in this protein molecule, chemically, it is a globulin. So ultimately, what are antibodies? A type of plasma proteins. Which are the type of plasma proteins? They are nothing but globulins present in our blood plasma act as antibodies. And chemically they are globulins. They are offering us what? Immunity. That's why antibodies are otherwise called immunoglobulins. Students should concentrate on this. Chemically they are globulins present in our blood plasma. They are offering us immunity. That's why they are also called immunoglobulins. And basically antibody is a protein. And when we look into the structure of an antibody, antibody is a Y-shaped molecule, you can see in the diagram, and it is made up of how many polypeptide chains? 4 polypeptide chains. Out of the 4 polypeptide chains, 2 are heavy chains and simply it is called H chain, and remaining 2 are light chains. So totally in an antibody molecule, how many polypeptide chains are present? 4 polypeptide chains are present, out of which 2 are the heavy chains and 2 are the light chains. Heavy chain to heavy chain or heavy chain to light chain are linked by disulfide bonds. So, all the 4 polypeptide chains are connected by means of disulfide bonds so as to make a Y-shaped molecule. That's why antibody is a Y-shaped protein molecule made up of 4 polypeptide chains. Polypeptide chains are connected by means of what? Disulfide bonds. In every polypeptide chain, 2 regions are present. You can see here, I have written it as FV and FC. So here V stands for variable region and C stands for constant region, because in humans, if you look into types, 5 types of antibodies are present. So these 5 types are classified based on their function and also based on their structure. So in all the 5 types of antibodies, this region, that is C, is going to be constant. So what varies from antibody to antibody? This region of a polypeptide chain. That's why it is called variable region of a polypeptide chain, and remaining region of both the polypeptide chains is going to remain same. That is, amino acid sequence is going to remain same in all the types of antibodies. That's why it is called FC region. And finally, It is a Y-shaped molecule. In this Y-shaped molecule, we can see the two arms here. The very proximal end of the each arm is called FAB region. So here AB stands for antigen binding region. So I already told you what is an antibody. Antigen binding protein molecule. So with this it is very clear. Antigen can never bind at random sites of the antibody. Antigen binds to a specific region of the antibody molecule and we call that region as what? FAB region. Where is it present? That is the proximal end of each arm of the Y-shaped molecule. So this proximal end of each arm of the Y-shaped molecule helps in binding with the antigen. That's why it is called antigen binding site on antibody. It is otherwise called a paratope. So students should remember what is paratope. Paratope is the site of antibody to which antigen binds, and in simple terms it is called FAB region. AB stands for antigen binding site on antibody. So with this, it is the clear structure of an antibody. Let me repeat. What is an antibody? It is an antigen binding protein molecule produced by whom? Plasma cells of the immune system in response to what? Foreign antigen. What is their function? They neutralize the action of antigen and offer us resistance against the disease. Each antibody molecule appears like a Y-shaped molecule. So how many polypeptide chains? Totally 4 polypeptide chains are present, out of which 2 are heavy chains and 2 are the light chains. And all the polypeptide chains are linked by means of disulfide bonds so as to form a Y-shaped molecule which is called antibody. Now let us look into the types of antibodies present in humans. And in the human blood or in the human body, totally 5 types of antibodies are present. If you remember, I already told you antibody is otherwise called immunoglobulin because chemically they are globulins, they offer us immunity. So that's why we represent antibody as Ig. Ig stands for immunoglobulin. So in the humans, totally 5 types of antibodies are present, namely IgG, IgM, IgA, IgE and IgD. So let us look into their abundance and let us look into the functions of different types of antibodies. And first you can see here IgG, which forms 70 to 75% of the total antibodies in humans. So that's why first and most important question, in the humans the most abundant type of antibodies are IgG antibodies, which form 70 to 75% of the total antibodies. The main functions of IgG antibody is they perform detoxification of the harmful substances. They are responsible or they help in recognition of antigen antibody complexes. And one more important point students should remember, out of the 5 types of antibodies, the only antibody which can cross mother's placenta, that is IgG antibody, means during pregnancy itself, from the mother's blood, IgG antibodies cross the placenta and enter the body of developing fetus. So, before the developing fetus immune system functional, so at that time only what happens? IgG antibodies offer immunity to the developing fetus before fetal immune system becomes functional. So this point is important, students should remember. The only antibody which can cross mother's placenta and can offer immunity to the developing fetus is IgG antibody, and IgG is the most abundant type of antibody. Next, coming to IgM. So IgM antibodies. So here students should remember M for macro. Out of all the types of antibodies, which are largest in size, that is IgM antibody. And usually when we look into the structure of an antibody, on each antibody how many antigen binding sites are present? 2 antigen binding sites are present. That's why antibody is said to be bivalent. But IgM, here students can remember one more word. M stands for multivalent, because here I have written IgM are the only antibodies which forms a pentameric unit. Pentameric means 5 Y-shaped molecules like this. So if you look in, the 5 Y-shaped molecules aggregate into a single unit like this. So when 5 Y-shaped molecules aggregate into a single unit, this pentameric unit can bind with minimum 10 antigens here. That's why IgM are said to be multivalent, and due to their heavy size you can remember they are macro, and they form almost 10% of the total antibodies. And one more point students should remember, these are the very first antibodies produced in response to an antigen. Means if the question is asked which type of antibody reaches the site of infection first, answer should be IgM. Means first plasma cells produce IgM type of antibodies in response to any foreign antigen, or on invasion of a foreign antigen, the very first antibody produced by plasma cells is IgM. And coming to IgA, we can consider them as second most abundant type of antibodies because they form 10 to 15% of the total antibodies. These are abundant in blood serum, nasal mucus, saliva, and also present in colostrum. If you remember, milk produced during initial few days of lactation by mother is called colostrum. In colostrum, which type of antibodies are abundant? IgA type of antibodies are abundant. So IgA antibodies form 10 to 15% of the total antibodies in humans. They are abundant in blood serum, they are present in nasal mucus, saliva, and these are the antibodies present in the colostrum. And IgA antibodies rarely form dimers, we can say. Means name itself indicates two Y-shaped molecules aggregate to form a unit called dimer. And one more point students should remember, the type of antibody which protects the gastrointestinal tract of the newborns, answer should be IgA, because it is the antibody present in colostrum, and when mother breastfeeds the baby, IgA naturally enters the baby's body and it protects the gastrointestinal tract of the neonatals, that is newborn babies, against infections. And IgE, so IgE, I have written its abundance here, just it forms 0.001% of the total antibodies. With this it is very clear, the least abundant type of antibodies in humans are IgE type of antibodies. IgE type of antibodies produced in response to parasitic infections, and these are the antibodies which are primarily involved in allergic reactions. That point is important. So whenever person is suffering from any kind of allergy, which type of antibody levels increase in the blood? Answer is IgE. So that's why antibodies involved in the allergic reactions, antibodies produced in response to parasitic infections are IgE, but they are least abundant type of antibodies. And finally, IgD type of antibodies, they form less than 1% of the total antibodies. And function of IgD antibodies is not clearly known, but it is believed that so they induce the production of other types of antibodies. Means whenever a foreign antigen enters, they stimulate the production of other types of antibodies. That is the function of IgD type of antibodies. In this way, in humans totally how many types of antibodies are present? 5, and their abundance and functions we have discussed.